True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football.
You are listening to True Warrior Football Podcast with your host, Corey Kid Smith.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm your host, Corey Kid Smith, and man, it has been a great time to be a Warrior here lately. And when I tell you that we have been doing some things, man. I'll tell you what, we are in uncharted territory, but we still have unfinished business. And here's what I mean. Right now, we've pitched 3 straight shutouts. That is something that our program has not done in over 70 years. Think about that. 70 years. 1948 was the last time we did something like this. And I hate bringing it up because I feel like I'm going to jinx it because I am a huge superstitious person like that. But right now, you can't hide behind it anymore. It's out there. It's known. So, yes. 76 years was the last time we did this. And it's such it's not something that I ever would have thought I would have seen. You know, we've had great defensive teams, tons of great defensive teams over the years. And what we've seen through the first 3 games is something that truly unprecedented. And at the same time, there's only 2 schools in the state of Indiana that have not allowed a single point through 3 games. It's us and a 3A school called Mississippi. And last year, Mississippi went 12-1. They lost in a regional. And this year, they've come out fighting with a vengeance. And it's similar to us, really. We lost in the regional to Center Grove. And this year, we have a group of seniors that are focused and determined. And really going back to last season, we've been playing some of the best defensive ball in program history. I will come out and say that. Some of the best defensive football our program has ever seen in the last 6 weeks, 6 games dating back to last season. So far this year, we're averaging 11 stops, about 3 turnovers a game. We are just really playing high-level football. And my hat is off to defensive coordinator Coach Corey Clark. Because even last year's team, even though we didn't have nearly as many wins as we wanted, in many key games, the defense stepped up. Against LC last year, we had a first half shutout. I think it was like 16-17 nothing. Second half the next week against Ben Davis, a team that went on to win state. We give up 3 points, and this was a Ben Davis team that had been rolling, absolutely rolling, scoring at will against teams. We gave up 28 points in the first half, which really hurt us. But in the second half, really buckled down and scored, and they gave up 3 points to them. Carmel game on the road gave them fits, absolute fits. And if it wasn't for key mistakes on our part, then that is definitely a game where we hold them under 14, 15 points, we probably come away winning. Then you look at just it's what we did against Center Grove in the regional championship. Yes, we didn't win that game, but holding Center Grove scoreless for a half at their place, wow. I mean, we've held Center Grove scoreless before, but it hadn't been like that in a long time. 2003, we shut them out in a semi-state. I think it was a score like 30-0. 2006, it was almost a shutout. Once their kicker hit like a 50-yarder, 60-yard field goal or something like that, we ended up winning like 34-3. But that last year, that game was truly incredible in the first half. In the second half, this key defensive lapses and mistakes cost us 2 scores, and that cost us the game. But I've learned that the guys and the coaching staff have really drilled in to the players that remain and are here on this team right now about how important those mistakes have been. And I see how these guys each and every week are hungry and fighting for one another. Like I said, the game plan isn't to shut out your opponent. The game plan is to get off the field, get stops. And we've done a tremendous job of doing so. Tremendous job of doing so. But I'm seeing in our guys like they are really bought in to the program and what we want to get accomplished. And it's truly something special to watch. Being on the field last week against North Central, I'm sitting here watching so many of our guys out there making key play after key play. And like I thought right before halftime the streak was going to end. North Central's in the red zone. I forget how they got down there in the red zone. It was penalty or they just got a lucky drive, a lucky play down there. But we get a sack, force a tackle for loss, and then their quarterback, who in North Central, last week I said North Central was a team that was in the midst of a 24-game losing streak, and now it's 25. But North Central is much improved over what they were last year. Their offense is dynamic. They have a quarterback that has a good arm to him. He can throw the ball around. I talked to Derek before the game. Derek Hart, former Warren Central legend, quarterback for the 2007 state championship team, or 2009 state championship team, our 7th state championship, a game that I have said is the most important victory in our program's history. And he was the one that helped win that. Really won it himself, honestly, in the fourth quarter and going in overtime. The 2 overtimes, excuse me. I talked to him before, even though they're going through some things, he really likes what they have in their quarterback. And he has some great size, but man, we were on him like white on rice on a paper plate in the middle of a snowstorm. He could do nothing against our defense. And down there in the red zone, I thought they were really going to come away with something. And somehow, some way, our defense shut that out. Madden Barrio right here. Look at this play. This is absolutely incredible stuff right here. I thought it was in the end zone when he caught it, but it's like round on the 2-3 yard line, so he had to get out of there. But man, a key play like that, you're making a stop, you're driving. That was the first red zone defensive possession we've had this season so far. And that happens. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Well, you had other guys. Isaiah Rollins had a great interception. Caleb Elkins, another interception. We are just playing great football all over the field right now. Defensive line, we know what they can do. Jeremy Finch Jr., The man is absolutely incredible. Damian Shanklin as well. Tyrone Burris is just dominating. Marcus Bell is playing tremendous high-level football. Then our linebackers, I thought the Dungy twins, Donovan and Devontae, had one of their best games ever. Flat out. I mean, Devontae was absolutely dominating, making plays all over the field. Q Ballard, transfer in from, I want to say DeSoto, Texas. He's been playing some great football as well. Getting his hands on balls, deflections, making key stops as well. Jordan Barlow almost had a pick six that would have been incredible. Back in secondary, Coach Berrio has those guys coached up, and they're playing by far some of the best secondary football I've seen in this program since 2018. By far. I mean, of course, Caleb Elkins has been great. Madden Berrio, his son, has been playing exceptionally well. Keith Jackson as well back there, making great plays at safety. Armonte Jackson, my man Fats, out there, killing it. We just have so many guys. Isaiah Rollins, of course, I just mentioned his name, made a great interception. Hands up high, fading away on their sideline, give us the ball. I want to say that was their first possession, second possession as well. Playing great, absolutely great, outstanding, high-level football right now. Offensively, we're coming along really well also. Running back Kenneth Garnett is really starting to do some things. Jaden McMoore, he was back in the action last Friday night as well. He did some great things. Bobo, man, I love this kid. I love this kid. Oh, man, excuse me, a little tired. Just woke up. But Bobo, man, we have some really talented running backs. Yeah, I say that, none of our running backs scored last week. But, yeah, quarterback Keith Jackson give us 2 rushing scores. Jaden Rivers, who played possibly his best game as a quarterback, starting quarterback for us, had a rushing touchdown. He also had a tremendous passing touchdown. Look at this. Our offense is coming along very well. In fact, I spoke with offensive coordinator Chad Spann after the game. Let's see what he and I had to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live at North Central Stadium, former home of this man right here, Coach Chad Spann. But tonight, he was the leader of our Warriors. Coach Spann, congrats on the victory. How you feeling, man?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. It's the first one, hopefully, of many. We came out here, played a good ball game, man. So happy with the results.
With Coach Kirshner being out for surgery, and Coach Kirshner, when you see us, hope you're doing well. Hope your recovery goes well for you. How was this week of preparation for you leading up to tonight's game?
Try not to do too much different, man. Try to stick to what Coach K does. As the offensive coordinator, I'm working down on the offense to let, Coach Clark continue to do his thing on the defense, and I give him my input throughout the week or throughout the game, but I let him do his thing, and some coaches on offense stepped up with our game planning too. So changed a little bit, but like I said, we had a great result.
I love it. And with quarterback Jaden Rivers, new to your system, third game in a row, I think this was the best game he's looked so far. What did you like from him tonight?
He connected on the deep ball. He threw quite a few deep balls today. Chaz caught 2 of them for touchdowns. We dropped 2 of them for touchdowns that were right on the money. We dropped 3 for touchdowns right on the money. Kyron dropped 1 as well. So he's improving. He's improving every week. We just got to continue to make the plays that he makes for us. So I'm proud of him. Like I said, like you said, this is his best game he's had so far.
Yes, and offense really, I thought we ran the ball really well. And defense really gave us a lot of opportunities to get out there and run. I thought protection tonight for Jaden was really good as well. So
Yep.
that is very good. I love seeing the progression this team's made. And hey, we come back home next week to take on the Bears.
Yep, can't wait. We got LC next week at home. Can't wait for it.
I love it. Hey, congrats again, Coach, man. Hey, we got it, man.
Yep.
We here.
Appreciate it.
First of many. Hey, congrats again, offensive coordinator and acting head coach of your Warriors, Coach Chad Spann. Thank you.
Yep.
So yeah, offensively we are coming along really well. Special teams, we're doing some good things. We still can improve, but the season's still young. I don't want to be the best team that we can be right now, week 4. I want to be the best team in November. Thanksgiving weekend. That's when I want to be the best team. That is absolutely the right time when I want to be the best team. And our team has to remain focused, game to game, week to week. We aren't 3-0. Don't come in there with that mindset. Come in there, we ain't done nothing. We ain't won a game. Because still, at the same time, we've had these shutouts. But you're beating up on a Fort Wayne Snyder team that lost everybody from state championship. Okay, they moved up in class, so now they went from being 5A state champions to playing 6A ball. All right. Warsaw, that ain't going to cut it. And then a North Central team that hasn't won a game since 2021. Yeah, they've improved, but they still aren't on our level. This LC team right here, it's good and talented. They can put up points. They put up 40 2 weeks ago against Zionsville in a close loss. They went out of town to Illinois, faced a team in Illinois. I think Edwardsville was the name of the team, and came away victorious. So here they are coming into our house, 1-2. We faced them last year. They were 1-2. Had one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the conference last year in Bryson Luther. He's gone. But they have another kid. I want to say his name is Terry Walker. Very dynamic quarterback as well. Get the ball down the field. He won't really scramble and make plays with his legs, but he can. He will if he has to. We have to be ready. We have to be ready. Because this team from LC is very well coached. Lawrence Central has outright beaten us in 2 of the last 3 games where we faced them. Ended our season in 2021. Embarrassed us at home in 22. So we had to come out there Friday night and play high-level football, play Warren Central-style football, protect our house, and do what we do best. Do what we've been doing so far. Offense has to get together, continue the improvements in the run game. What I'm seeing from us in the passing game is truly incredible too. Chaz Corley and Eric Hester are some really, really good pass catchers. Really developed themselves as seniors in the passing game. Running some good routes. Kyron Williams is still a guy I feel like could be a very dangerous offensive weapon for us. And our backs can catch the ball coming out the backfield as well. So we have some really good things that we could be doing. And like I said, I love what I'm seeing from quarterback Jaden Rivers. Coach Spann right there as well. He likes it. We're attacking pretty well with the deep ball. If we can attack pretty well with the deep ball, hey, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you against us. But hey, you know what? One game at a time. Like I said, we are in uncharted territory, but we still have unfinished business. Because as much as we are playing good right now, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, man, we could have won state last year. Because we were coming along really good at the right time. A few key plays in that regional game against Center Grove. Things go differently. And we could come away victorious. I don't even want to think about where we could have been, what could have ended up. But life lessons. You lose some battles so you can win the war later. We're in the war now. I love what we have going on so far this season, but now it's time to get serious. We have LC this week, a tough opponent. They play us very hard. We already know what we got next week. Those boys in purple from the west side coming to the east side. Then after that, you got a tough Pike team who is 2-1 right now. Then after that, you got a Lawrence North team that has pretty much embarrassed us over the last 3 times. I want to say, yeah, we have lost the last 3 games to Lawrence North. We had to be better. Then after Lawrence North, we have Carmel and Cathedral. It's not going to get easier. Matter of fact, what we've just gone through is the easiest part of our schedule. To say the back end of our season is loaded is an understatement. By far an understatement. These rankings right now that we've been given by all these they mean nothing right now because we still have to prove ourselves. And we're going to prove ourselves. We're going to really show what we can do in these next few games. We're going to show who we are, truly who we are. And when we do so, then that's when people will notice and start to take notice of, okay, this Warren Central team is legit. They're real. But we got to do it first. We got to do it first. So that's that. Let's talk about a few of our guys that have been doing some things at the next level. So last week, our guys in NFL had their first NFL game. Huge shout out to Sheldon Day, who is playing now with the Washington Commanders, signed on late after training camp, and was able to get activated for their first game last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Came in, played considerably well, had a tackle. So congrats to him. Another season in the league, man. Congrats. I think that is year 10 for Sheldon. That's a guy that's been a hard worker, man. That's a hard worker. Love that for him. Moving on, the Browns, here's something that the NFL is just really weird about doing. So David suffered a hamstring injury in training camp in a game. I mentioned that a few weeks ago. And he played in only one preseason game and has been hampered with that. But, they still have a lot of belief in David's abilities. And David showed them last year what he's capable of. So they're keeping him on the roster. He was kept on the 53-man roster when they made the final cuts. but I want to say it was Thursday sometime they waived him and released him. And which is interesting because NFL teams will often do that. Late in the week, they'll release a player in hopes of him clearing waivers so they can pick him back up and put him on either practice squad team or re-add them to their roster. And so that's what they did this week. As you see right here, they added guys to their injury reserve, and they added more guys. David was one of those 4 guys they brought back in. So, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing David get back out there on the field and really show everybody what he can do. We saw what he did at our level. It's one of the probably the best wide receiver in the state history that I've ever seen. And we saw what he did at Purdue. First game, first catch, touchdown. Last game, last catch, touchdown. He's just that good of a player. And he just needs opportunity. You know, he's had, I think that in 2 years, just under 400 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. Cleveland has had their offensive issues. And if you see the news right now, their offensive issues start in one place. So, hey, best of luck to you, David, right there. And then moving on to our guy, Julius Brinson. Man, I'll tell you what, this covering this guy right here for as long as I've been doing this show. It's senior year. They had a good team that fell short against Ben Davis, and a that was a sectional game that was highly incredible. Incredible. Ben Davis went on to win state that year. And following Julius, when he went to Iowa, say hi to our dog, everybody. Yes, that's my girlie. So, Julius has had a very interesting career path. When he was at Iowa, I want to say 2019, 2020 seasons, he had a few injuries that hurt him, unfortunately. And following those injuries, he decided to get a fresh start, transfer to Kansas State. The rest is history. All Big 12 player, defensive star for the Wildcats. Ended up being second round draft pick. Just truly incredible. Absolutely, truly incredible. And being able to go to practices, training camp practices last 2 years and see him and actually talk to him following practices, man, this guy has such a great heart. He gives back to community. 2 years in a row he's held community events helping kids with back to school. I love that for him, man. And this past game, he had his first game in the regular season, he had a tremendous game. I want to say he had 8 tackles, 6 of them solo. Just had a really great game. Even though the Colts lost to the Texans in a close game, it was still a really great game for Julius. And then I did not know, and I don't think anybody knew, he had injured himself in the game. And come to find out, it's possibly season ending. A knee injury for him. It's not an ACL tear, thankfully, but it does require surgery. And I just truly, truly hate that for Julius so much. Because I see him working so hard. Hey, you want to be in the show too? I see him working so hard to be a high-level player. Because it's hard playing his position in the NFL. I mean, he's gone up. I've seen him going up against Marvin Harrison Jr. in training camp. There's games where he went up against Devontae Adams last year with the Raiders. Nico Collins, Tank Dell with the Houston Texans as well. Stephon Diggs. Like, it is hard to play defensive back in the NFL. And Julius has showed his capabilities of being a high-level player at the next level. And just a setback like this really hurts. It really hurts, man. Reason why they say NFL stands for not for long. Because, you could be a really high-level player. Only thing it takes is one injury and boom. Just never be the same. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen with him. I'm just saying, reality of things is out there. But you never know. Some guys get injured, come back better than ever. Come back literally better player than they ever were. I mean, Trayvon Diggs last year had a knee injury, missed most of the last season, came back week 1, had an interception. So these things unfortunately happen, but it ain't the end. So Juju, get healthy. I reached out to you, man. Hey, I love you. I love what you're doing. I know you're going to come back better than ever, man. So stay focused, keep your head up, go through the process, and beat it. Come out stronger on the other end. And that's all I have for you this week, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is the reunion for the 1984 and 2004 state championship teams. The 40th reunion for 1984, our school's first state championship in program history. And the 2004 team is their 20th reunion. My first state championship, it's our 20th reunion, and that was the school's 4th state championship. Matter of fact, I did a little promo video right here. Let me show it to you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here. You see it, 84, 2004, 20-year reunion for the 2014, 40-year reunion for the 1984 team. The reunion is this week, live here at Warrior Stadium. You need to come here and support these guys. Hey, if you were a member of either of these teams, follow the link in the description of this video. I want to see as many Warrior legends out here at the game this Friday night against Lawrence Central. It's going to be a great time. We're going to be celebrating legends. So many greats from both teams. I hope to see you guys there. My first state championship was in 2004. I love that team. I love the players on this team. I got my hoodie from that year. Still got it. Still got a lot of memories. A lot of guys right here built the tradition of the program. One of the most legendary teams. A great year for our program. The second of the 4-peat. So we got a lot of people cheering. They're happy for it as well. I'm happy for it. Hey, you guys come on out Friday night. Let us see you guys there. Let's go Warriors.
So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing the legends come out. I really, it's hard to believe 20 years. When you think about it, like, man, I really was with that team 20 years ago when we were going on that run. And it's just, it really is, you don't forget your major first like that. That first state championship, man, was just truly, truly incredible, man. Seeing those guys in 03 win really made me want to be a part of this team and this program. And for better words, win one myself. And that's what we did. So many great players on that team. Paul Washington is one of the great linebackers in program history. He was a great friend of me to this day. Charles Knott is a tremendous defensive lineman for us that year. Willie Cobb as well. Who else? DeJuan Wilson. These are all seniors, by the way. All these guys made great plays. Wayman Edmond, even though he was injured for most of the season, was still such a brilliant mind. He was out there helping our guys for most of the year, and then he was able to get healthy and actually contribute on the field. I love that. Love Wayman's story. Love Wayman to this day. He coaches at LC, so I'm looking forward to seeing him Friday night. Who else? Oh, Josh Bailey. Oh, my God. Josh Bailey just had one of the all-time great runs. And I posted the 04 season highlight film. And if you haven't watched it yet, you need to go watch it. It is truly incredible to see what those guys did back then. Devin Brown, another great senior on the offensive line. Just so many great, talented players on that team. No one thought that there was ever going to be a 4-peat coming into that season. You just didn't know what you were going to get with that team. You had a new quarterback in Dexter Taylor. You had a bunch of new players along the O-line. Had a bunch of new players on defense. Had this guy running the football named Darren Evans. Had this guy in the backfield playing safety called Jeremy Finch. You just didn't know what you were going to get. But those guys all combined, man, had one of the truly great runs in program history. Two of my favorite victories of all time came from this season. The 2004 Ben Davis games. Both games, the regular season and the regional championship. There's a team that refused to not get to those heights that the class before them got to and made it happen. So yes, I look forward to seeing as many of those guys come back for the reunion this Friday night. Hopefully we have a lot of guys from the 84 team. And I want to say it's 2019. We had a 35-year reunion for those guys, and there was a pretty good amount then there. Hopefully we have some more. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Corey the Kid Smith. Let's listen to and watch another great episode of True Warrior Football. As always, Warrior Band, take us away.